strings attached. I keep my foot up on their neck, applying pressure to the max. They told me I'll make it far. They told me I'll make it far. They told me I'll make it far. I'm just trapping out the car. I need 100 grand large. Free my homies out of bars. They told me I'll make it far. I'm just trapping out the car.
Welcome to another episode of Fresh Bar Sports Show. I'm Jabbar Harris. I'm your host and the provider on this week's episode. Simply talk about the NBA Finals Game 2 recap. Before we get into that, of course, there's a lot going on in the sports world. Want to dive through that real quick before we, break down Game 2. NHL hockey. Colorado going to the Stanley Cup Finals. Waiting for the winner out of the Rangers and the Lightning. That's what's going on with that. Far as in what's going on in WNBA, Derek Fisher, head coach out of LA Sparks, they fired him after 3 years or some change with the LA Sparks head coach. Derek Fisher, former one of the Laker greats. Good. I don't want to say great, but one of the Lakers' good players that helped Kobe Bryant win 5 rings. He was alongside Kobe Bryant with 5 rings. He was the head coach of the LA Sparks. Simply since we talk about the WNBA, Brianna Griner, she's still over there being wrongfully detained since we on the WNBA. Just wanted to throw that in there. My support, and I'm glad the NBA is standing up there with their BG shirts, and we stand with Brittany Griner, and just U.S. government do whatever they got to do to bring her home. What's going on in the baseball world? We got Phillies firing their coach Joe Girardi. We got the Angels firing their coach Joe Maddon. Typical baseball stuff. Teams ain't playing good, so they just let their head coach go. And even though players can be turning better, but they want to get a spark out of the team. So hopefully that'll be the spark for some of the teams to let go of their head coach. Before we go on to other news, yes, I know LeBron James got to do what he got to do to get in the news. Come on, LeBron, you're killing me right now. Just fall back. Just work on the game. Get better. Work on little things, hone your craft. Sharpen your tools up and skills, and get ready for next season. You want to do things to stay in the news. NBA Finals is going on. Us Lakers, we're not in there. All right, LeBron, just give it a break. You want to do little different things, get in the news. He said that, coming up episode, coming on LeBron James shop, he got the clip going on that's going viral about him saying that the team that he would like to play with would be the Warriors. He would like to team up with Steph Curry and team up with Draymond Green. He like somebody to cuss him out and go back and forth, sparring with the Warriors. Somebody like Draymond Green, he like teammates that does things like that to him. So he's going to get that out of at least the head coach. We're gonna talk about the Lakers head coach, but I just want to throw that in there with LeBron James because just got to do things to be in the news. But before we get to the Lakers head coach, Utah Jazz head coach Quinn Snyder, he stepped down. Now there's a lot going on behind the scenes. With the rift between Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell, they're 2 superstars. Everybody knows they're going to break up this offseason. Everybody's going to know that when those two is going to get traded, and they're going to break up that team. And the Utah Jazz, they get W's, but they don't do the regular season, but they don't amount to nothing when it comes to the playoffs. So they gotta spice it up a little bit and switch up the team, just because the status quo ain't getting the job done when it matters the most in the playoffs. So Quinn Snyder, he ain't want to be a part of that. Or basically rebuilding project. Essentially, what will be, and He seemed to think that he has another gig that he can get to, working some, behind the scenes things. Stay tuned, or maybe take a year off and get back in the coaching scene next season. But he just don't want to be in no rebuilding situation such as that. But yeah, Donovan Mitchell. A couple speculations of teams that he can possibly go to. Obviously, teams like the Knicks is supposed to be like a favorite, and like Rudy Gobert, one of the favorite teams for him to be going to Dallas Mavericks. So stay tuned for one of those two plays, but something to that effect will be happening this offseason. Quick note on the NFL world: Aaron Donald got paid, got his money. But since we talk about Aaron Donald, all right, I ain't gonna rain on his parade. He got 3 years, $95 million contract extension. Good for him. Congratulations. Well deserved. Super Bowl champion. Should have been a Super Bowl MVP. All that's well deserved. Congratulations. Make it rain. Do your thing. Bless your family. All that good stuff. Now, TJ Watt is a bad brother himself. He got paid last season. He's good. Now, Watt been in the league for about 5 seasons. Aaron Donald been in the league, 8 seasons. We're not talking about all the statistical numbers. We're not doing none of that. Going to give you all, bore you all the numbers. Everybody know T.J. Watt got the tie for Michael Strahan's all-time sack record for the season in a single season last year. And Aaron Donald is considered this, great, defensive lineman. He only got 8 more sacks total than T.J. Watt, and T.J. Watt been in the league 3 years less than him. You see what I'm saying? Aaron Donald, he durable. He don't miss games like T.J. Watt due to injury. But we're not gonna act like T.J. Watt be missing multiple games. This 1, 2 games. Obviously, we know how hard the T.J. Watt played, but he still be putting up those numbers. So imagine if he would play all 16, all 17. But don't get it twisted. It's not like he's injury prone or anything like that. He definitely be showing up out there and showing out. And playing was just as much double teams and back chipping in the backfield or tightening, chipping and releasing. Keeping a spy on T.J. Watt because they never want to single him up either. He ain't Aaron Donald ain't the only one playing with double teams. Are we acting crazy out there? Are we being foolish out there? I ain't trying to rain on the man's parade, but we ain't gonna forget about T.J. Watt. He's top notch in the league too. He's one of the best in the league too. Everybody saying Aaron Donald's the best player in the league for regardless of position, things of that nature. T.J. Watt's up there. He's 1A. He's in that conversation too. Let's look at the tape. Let's look what's going on. T.J. Watt, he moves around out there. He gets busy. He gets double teamed. He gets hit all types of same action, all the tension that Aaron Donald be given on any given Sunday. The same thing that be going on with T.J. Watt. So yeah, let's look at the tape. Just wanted to get that in there though. But congratulations, Aaron Donald. Get that money. Got that $95 million contract extension. Congratulations. Now another little football note that ain't too good or anything that anybody wants to talk about. Deshaun Watson got a 24th, accuser for putting a civil lawsuit against him. It's crazy. All we know, something happened. Clearly, something happened. Let's get to the bottom of this. Lawyers, DAs, judges. Let's get into the room. The jury. Let's get this figured out. This thing is dragging on for a while, and it's gonna be dragging on. They don't want to rush process and things like that. But come on, like a whole lot's going on. Let's just get to the bottom of this and get this thing solved. Something happened. Dish out the punishment, whatever it's going to be. Clearly, we all know something happened. How many of it was it, true, and how many was it, consensual or not, whatever the case may be. But clearly, things happen. We're gonna keep it PG and everything like that. But obviously, y'all can read the reports and y'all, hear some of the, the hearsay out of it, but actually read the reports. Stuff definitely is graphic. Definitely real vivid, real graphic. But stuff, everybody's story pretty much the same. 24 accusers. So let's get to the bottom of this and get this wrapped up, and let's dish out this punishment and allow everybody to be at peace with the punishments and everything that's dodged out, or whatever result of it. Allow everybody to just be able to process that and be able to start to move on part of the process. That's my piece on that. We're gonna leave that alone. Now, any guests willing to talk about that for further extensively, I'm definitely willing to talk about whatever. But just want to move on to some other sport topics. Obviously, we want to get to the game, to NBA Finals, and want to just put a note since we talk about things of this nature. I'm glad that the NBA, put the allow players to wear the end gun violence T-shirts and just promote that and just use their star status to reach out to people and let people know just chill out and using the guns and taking the anger out on people and stuff like that is not the way to go, and using whatever status they can to reach the people, let them know that that stuff they trying to do or thinking about doing is not cool. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad NBA is doing things of that nature. Just a little breaking news that I ain't really get to brief about too much, but I just wanted to state since I did find out, and obviously I'm going to actually watch the Pivot show, Ryan Clark and the crew. They had Cam Newton on. Gotta watch that episode. I suggest everybody to go watch that. That's gonna be a great one. Cam Newton out there, he clearing some things up. So people go tune in for that. He's talking about his comments about the female staying in place. He clarifying his comments up. Stating that he should have said that things that a man should do as well. Stating that some of the highlights about him stating the fact that it was he shouldn't have just said that things a woman should be doing. He should have clarified it as well as things a man should be doing, and he breaks that down as well as he claims that he put himself in effed up positions last year playing for the New England Patriots and going back to the Charlotte Panthers. He breaks that down, let it be known, just because of everything that was going on off the field, and then rushing on playbook and being on the Panthers. Obviously, playbooks and stuff is not the same from when he was there originally, and getting signed on the Thursday and playing on the Sunday, and just rushing the whole off-season training camp, mini camp process, things of that nature. It really is a big deal in the NFL. I played a little football back in the day, but everybody that played at high levels and things of that nature, they always let it be known that NFL at that level, it's more about the X's and O's. NBA, more about the Jims and Joes, far as in the players. You could throw away the playbook in the NBA, one-on-one. Who got the ball? He can stop me or not. I'm going to get this bucket. Really what it comes down to, So, that's just my take on it. Yeah, so everybody check that out. The Ryan Clark Pivot. They're doing big things over there in the crew. And they got the Cam Newton over there. That's going to be a great interview. And, he's clearing some things up. What's going on with him? Speaking of sports media, sports talk, we love it. We love it. Draymond Green keep giving everybody father. Why did he keep putting why did Draymond keep putting KD name in his mouth? Okay, we get it. I'm glad he cleared it up with a reporter. He was talking to a reporter, and the reporter let it be known. I missed his name. I actually missed the reporter's name, but Draymond Green shot out the reporter, let it be known that he glad that specific reporters let it be known that Draymond actually got asked a question about KD, and then he elaborated on Draymond saying he got better things to do than to just be sitting around talking about KD all the time. He's not just sitting there thinking about talking about KD. That's not. He got asked the question. He elaborated on what media. You in media. You got your own show. Come on, Draymond. You know how this goes. Should have just left it alone. Should have just dodged that one. Complimented Steph. You could have complimented Steph and didn't have to talk about the past since, as far as including KD. It could have been left to interpretation or understood. Don't gotta be explained without saying KD's name, because he definitely made it real clear to let it be known that even when KD was here, Steph was still the main focus of the offense. So come on, Draymond, you're very good at this game. You're very good. You know that. The Draymond Green show, everybody check it out, man. It's very good. Draymond, you're very good. You know what you're doing. Stop it. You know what you're doing. You do this game. You in this game. You in this media world. You're media savvy. You know what you're doing. You know how the word play. You know how this thing goes. Leave the KD thing alone. Come on now. Just leave it alone. You give everybody down on all the shows. Everybody's talking about it. You stirring up the pot. Now you got to, you got things to talk about on your show. You can elaborate and you got your own built-in content that you done stirred up. My hat's off to you, man. You know what I mean? My hat's off to you. So, anytime you want to give your boys some pointers, you definitely, Fresh Bar Sports Show, I've been reaching out to you. Check DM, reach back, check me out. But yeah, Draymond, I know what you're doing, man. Coming at, taking a little slide jabs because you're back in the finals, taking a little slide jabs at KD. Back in the finals, and you couldn't wait to get back so you could do it and let everybody know it. Y'all did it without KD before. Y'all do it with KD, and y'all do it without KD again. Like however you want to do it, I respect it, but come on now, just leave KD alone, man. Come on, we all get it. But nah, man, Draymond, you my dog. I like what you're doing, dog. I like the show. Now let's get into this game, man. But before we go on, into my sponsors. Anybody need fresh gear, go to Cash Baby Clothing Brand. Need any gear, go to Cash Baby Clothing Brand. And stay tuned for the Fresh Bar merch. Anybody want the Fresh Bar merch? Yeah, slide to the DM, let me know as well. Any event planning, go to Wild Production and Events. Need an event planning, go to Wild Production and Events. Draymond Green is the heartbeat and the soul of the Warriors. Everything runs through him as far as in the intensity and the pace and how the tone that gets set for the Warriors. The Splash Brothers and the Pool Party, they getting the buckets, they raining the buckets. But as far as kind of like almost dictating wins, it's Draymond Green's imprint on the game. The defense is real aggressive, and to let it be known, if he wasn't watching the game, the first possession, it got, he went, for the strip on Al Horford, played him up close, went for, for the dive ball, tied up, jump ball, set the tone, let it be known. I'm in your jersey all night. I'm here. Same thing with Jaylen Brown. Getting up in there for the steals in the jersey, letting you know. Tangle up, mix up, all that good stuff. I'm here. It's going to be a tough one all night. And we getting physical. And he let you know, I'm going to be physical. Now, all that stuff with the referee and everything, he can leave, cut that out. He can leave that alone. But that's his game. That's his steel, though. He already know he's pushing the envelope. He's crossing the line. He got the psychological advantage. He knows how to work and wiggle, the wiggle line and walk that tightrope. I will leave that alone personally and just play the game. All that complaining to the referees, that don't mean that they're not going back and change the call. Like they really not doing none of that, and we all know that. So all that is just pretty much for nothing. Let the coach handle that, things of that nature. May say your little things here and there, but don't gotta be so demonstrous like how he do. But he sets the tone. Like I said, I want to see Draymond Green. 2016, Game 7, Draymond Green was going to win the MVP if they won that game. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that Draymond Green. He let it be known, like, we not here to be playing around. We locking y'all up. We getting buckets. We going after the steals. We going after the loose balls. We playing dirty. We mucking it up. We doing whatever it takes to win. And that's Draymond Green. All right, so let's break this down. First quarter, Warriors are blowing these layups. Oh, my gosh. Warriors are blowing layups. Celtics started off real strong. You know they was hitting them threes. draining them threes. Jaylen Brown had 13 points. Looking real nice. Warriors closed the first quarter. Good though. They closed that thing good. Second quarter coming around. Steph Curry start turning it around. Warriors go on a 10-0 run. Good defense from the Warriors, of course. 11 turnovers for the Celtics to the Warriors 5. I take those numbers. Clay at the half, though, he won for 8. We'll talk about that. Jason Tatum, 21 points at the half. Look real nice. Look like he about to be going crazy, going for 40, ain't? That's what it's looking like. Steph, 15. Not too shabby. Turning around in the second quarter, so yeah, I appreciate that. Celtics were looking real nice at the half, 52% from the three. They were draining them threes the first half, man. They were doing them things. 52-50 lead at the half, Warriors. Now, the Draymond Green, like I said, the Draymond Green and the Jaylen Brown mix-up, he shouldn't have been ejected. We don't want to see that. We don't pay to be seeing the referees do none of that. Everybody lets it be known. Like, this is what this is here. It is. This is what it is. Referees is not there to dictate the game, or there to be showmen, or there to be letting it be known that they're in the game. They're there to not be seen nor heard, essentially to monitor the game. Let me say this a little louder. The referee's there to be nor seen nor heard, essentially there to monitor the game. That's all their job is essentially to do. Break it down, look it up. That's what their job is to do. They're not there to be putting their imprint on the game and dictate the wins or loss of the game. Essentially, they're there to dictate the pace and flow of the game with the foul calling. Monitoring the game. Kids acting up a little bit. Time to go timeout. Essentially. But they're not there to essentially, in a lack of better words, predict or placate the outcome. So, fall back. They did a good decision. It's not about them. Let the players play. I love it. It's time to crown a champion. All the fussing, there shouldn't be any topic of conversation really or not. We should be just praising what we're seeing out there. Two guys going after each other, having bad blood because one of them wants to be a champion, wants to have the crown. Yeah. We battling after every play. I want to see blood, sweat, and tears out there. People giving it all. The intensity, the passing, they keep that same energy. Yeah, I want to see all of that. And I love it. I expect to see more of that. I expect to see Celtics meet their same intensity and the same level of physicality that they brought to the game too. I expect the Celtics to kind of be initiating that. It's hard to kind of initiate that. We already know Draymond Green's giving you that off the rip, but essentially they'll be meeting force with force and see who's going to be standing after that. You know when Jimmy Butler said, I like to run into people and see who's going to be standing after the end? Yeah. Warriors and Celtics going to be running to each other. Who sees going to be standing at the end of the game 3? Because that is, yeah. And the refs, I believe they're going to be dictating the pace of this game 3. They're going to be having a quick whistle. So keep an eye on it because it's going to be a physical game. So the refs going to have a quick whistle and calling these fouls. Let everybody chill out a little bit. So that's going to be a goodie. All right, let's continue on with the third quarter. We already know Warriors is a whole new team in the third quarter. They'll blow the roof off the joint in the third quarter. They'll let the roof on fire, however you want to phrase it. They went crazy. All right. They went on a 13-2 run off the rip. Celtics fouling Steph Curry all crazy. Steph goes off for 13 real easily. Warriors' good defense lead to another 11-0 run. But here's this. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown was no shows in the third quarter. Draymond Green set the tone, man. He set the trends. Then he got in the jerseys. They was getting physical with them boys. Them guys was no shows in the third quarter. Meanwhile, Warriors is going for 13-2 run, 11-0 run, separate runs, going all crazy, and y'all putting Steph at the line. Y'all lost the game in the third quarter, just like y'all lost the game in the third quarter. In game one, but this time the fourth quarter coming around, y'all not bombing 7 straight threes. And setting the tone and the whole momentum just shifts y'all way completely. And believe it or not, like once the guys just started hitting 3-4 threes, shots back to back in the row on you, it gets deflating out there. It really do gets deflating out there. The shoulders drop, it gets demoralizing out there. It's a whole different ball game out there. Pretty much when the fourth quarter came around, there was nothing to see here, guys. Let's beat the traffic. Let's go home early. Let's go sleep early. Let's get some good night rest for sleep, because we got to do this all over again 3 days later. Celtics added 5 more turnovers to their 11 in the first half. Claypool hit 2 deep threes at the end of the third quarter, the last minute. Really done snatched their hearts from him. That's what really done broke them. So, like I said, the fourth quarter, there was nothing to see here. That was all, folks. AD to the Lakers, that's all, folks. It was a wrap. Type of ordeal. So the game, Steph Curry, 29 points. Jordan Poole, 17. Klay Thompson, he had that 11 clip. We're gonna get to Klay Thompson. We're gonna get to you. Just hold on. Jason Tatum. Remember I said he had that 21 remember I said he had that 21 at the half, looking like he's going for the 40. Man had 28. Only 3 shot attempts in the second half. 3 shot attempts. Jaylen Brown gave you that 17 after he went off for the 13 in the first. See these guys, what they doing to get these stats and how they breaking it, how to break the quarter from quarter, and how they getting them down. These guys getting the stats first and second quarter. Then when the games get a little tight, second half, mainly in the fourth quarter when we need you, Kobe time. Guys, no shows, nowhere to be found. And y'all did it to yourself in the third quarter being no shows, because y'all gave the turnovers and y'all wasn't scoring. Just getting locked up on defense, and y'all was turning the ball over. They going down there, getting 13-2 run, 11-0 run. It's crazy, man. And like I said, Klay Thompson, I know he's recovering from the injury. I know the legs, it's not quite there. So I'm giving him the pass. The man came back from the ACL, the torn Achilles. Come on, man. He's in the finals, and he can get out there and get buckets. He's still Klay Thompson. They still keeping him. They're not leaving him open. You leave him open, he's going to be draining them threes. He's just not, giving the defense that you expect, or necessarily creating his own shot and getting the necessary space that he need to get a shot off every time. But, he's being a threat out there. He's definitely being a threat out there. He's not going to give you the 20 to 25 right now. He's not doing that. But he's being a more than respectable threat out there. You got to play him honest still. So he's doing the job out there. And Klay Thompson, all he can do, we just ask for him to give us a little more buckets and do his best on defense. That's all we can ask for him. The man recovering from the ACL and the torn Achilles. He's been off for 2 years. Yeah, he's playing in the finals. The last time he was on the court 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, essentially, basically what it was, he was in the finals against Toronto. Come back 3 years later, playing in the finals again. Come on now. Give him time. Klay Thompson. He'll be all right. But like I said, Draymond Green, he set the tone for these guys. They got it after him. It was a wrap. Once the third quarter came around, it was pretty much over. It was over before anybody could even blink. I expect to see more of this in Game 3. But like I said, Celtics will go and meet the Warriors' intensity. Meet Force of Fours. He's going to be last man standing, but I got the Warriors at 5. Come on now, I'm sticking to it. Warriors getting the gentleman sweep. 4 straight. We got to go get it in place. And we got to win it in place. I said the Warriors in 5. It is what it is. But appreciate you guys watching another episode of Fresh Bar Sports Show. Stay tuned for more episodes of the Fresh Bar Sports Show. Anybody want to come on after the finals? I'm doing episode sometime between the two. You know, we got the 2 days. I'm doing episodes sometime between the 2 days between each game. Anybody want to come on between the 2 games to recap? You know, game by game breakdown. Look like it's only going 5. You know, so got 3 more times to do this. But it's gonna be fun. This is fun. This is what it's about. It's time to crown a champion in the NBA world. This was all about. But before I go out here, I need a PS. I need a I already said something, but I need to add on to it about the new media. The sports media, new media, the whole wave. We here to stay. We're not going nowhere. Like, it's a beautiful thing. We don't gotta talk to the players to break the game down. We don't need that level of access to give our opinions about the game and even give some inside information. Because it's going to get broken news some way, somehow, and we're able to talk about it. Or some source is going to hear it before another source, and we'll talk about it. So the news will get around. It'll get out there. You'll tell somebody, they'll tell somebody. It'll get around. And we'll be able to speculate and give our opinions about what's going on. I respect everybody doing what they're doing in this new media world. You know, sports and non-sports, just new media period. Media period. Salute to all y'all. One of my mentor guys, 280 Plus Pod. He in there. Big ups to him doing his thing. And to everybody else across the board that's in the podcast, in the media world. Hats off to, of course, everybody know the big names, the Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp, Jalen Rose, all those big name guys. We all know, they the standards. Those guys, they the levels we aspire to get to. But we coming, the Draymond Greens and everybody like that. We coming, we on those levels. So yeah, we coming. It's a beautiful thing. We ain't going nowhere. We just getting started. We just getting warm. We just gonna continue. Let this thing cook. Let this thing marinate. Let this thing bubble up. All by the way, before we go, ESPN's very own former Detroit Lions quarterback. Before I go get out of here, Dan Orlovsky. Who was this guy? He's gonna be joining them ESPN's football booth. ESPN. This is really what y'all got after John Gruden. Y'all results to guys like this. Oh my gosh. Y'all need to get some type of celebrity, superstar, any true name in the ESPN booth. Please. Can y'all do that, ESPN? Dan Orlovsky. Y'all really don't try to get no casual fans at all. Y'all just stick with y'all diehards, I see. Anyways, stay tuned for more episodes of Fresh Bar Sports Show. Every episode dropping after the NBA Finals, sometime between the 2 days after the NBA Finals, dropping an episode. Anybody want to come on and join? You already know. Let's get this thing started. Shout out to my man, Bro Wink. You gotta come on, Wink. You gotta come on. Hit me up, Wink. You gotta come on. Like I said, I'm dropping an episode, Fresh Bar Sports Show, every sometime between the 2 days between each game of the finals. Anybody's wanting to come on and join me, hit me up. I need to get you on sometime after one of these games. Hopefully after game 3 you can come on and you can join me, or game 4 or game 5, because it's going to be Warriors in 5. So we got 3 more times to do this. Yeah, appreciate you everybody. Tune in. Fresh Bar Sports Show. Stay tuned for some more.